test?
I told her, I said, the proof is in the pudding. Let's go get the DNA.
So this is the DNA test, and it says the probability of relatedness is 96.7%.
That's my granddaughter. If she's nothing else, she's my granddaughter.
In a shocking resurgence of a decades-old rumor, new claims and DNA evidence have brought fresh attention to the story that Janet Jackson secretly had a child during her brief marriage to James DeBarge in the 1980s. A child she was allegedly forced to give away under pressure from her family and management to protect her burgeoning career.
Do you have a secret sister?
I believe I do have a sister out there.
Did you ever see Janet where you thought she was pregnant?
Yes. When the marriage was annulled, that Janet was pregnant. And James believed that as well.
A DNA test conducted with James DeBarge's mother and a woman named Tiffany White initially showed a 96.7% probability of relatedness, fueling widespread speculation that this woman could be Janet and James's secret daughter.
They were saying that I had a child and I kept it secret. How could I keep a child from their father? I could never do that. That's not right.
Though a subsequent test refuted the paternity claim, James remained steadfast, insisting he fathered a child with Janet and that she was hidden to preserve the Jackson family's carefully curated public image. This bombshell follows years of quiet whispers that have followed Janet, stemming from her controversial elopement with James at age 18 and strange public appearances where she appeared to be visibly pregnant. Adding further fuel to the fire, long before her marriage to James, Janet was linked to NBA legend Magic Johnson when she was just 16 and he was 24. Photographs of the pair kissing in public raised eyebrows and led many to question what kind of situations Janet may have been exposed to as a teenager in the entertainment industry. Critics argue that this questionable early relationship, followed by a turbulent marriage, may have made Janet vulnerable and eager to escape the control of her notoriously strict father, Joe Jackson. The decision to marry James was viewed by many as a form of rebellion or desperation, as Janet was reportedly trying to flee an environment where she had little personal freedom. Once married, the situation worsened. James DeBarge was heavily involved in substance abuse, leaving Janet alone to act as his caretaker while she struggled with the weight of responsibility no teenager should bear. She has described harrowing incidents in which she would find and try to dispose of pills, only to fight him for control. Amidst this chaos, speculation about a pregnancy began to take hold, and many fans, industry insiders, and even hospital staff from the time have recalled seeing a visibly pregnant Janet on multiple occasions. One story includes her appearance at the American Music Awards, where her brother Tito allegedly attempted to shield her stomach with his jacket on stage. Another comes from an alleged hospital worker who claimed Janet was definitely pregnant when she visited her grandmother in the 1980s. These accounts, combined with the DeBarge family's insistence that a child was born, have kept the rumor alive for nearly 4 decades. James DeBarge has been vocal in his belief that he fathered a child with Janet, even penning a prison letter in 2012 to Dr. Conrad Murray in which he detailed the existence of their child. His siblings, including Bunny and Daryl DeBarge, have echoed his claims, and his mother actively participated in DNA testing, standing firmly by the belief that a child was indeed born and then hidden. Meanwhile, Janet has continued to deny the allegations. In her recent documentary, she addressed the rumors directly, saying that during her time on the TV show Fame in 1984, she began taking birth control pills, which caused weight gain and fluid retention, leading to false assumptions about pregnancy. She maintained that the idea of her secretly having and hiding a baby was not only untrue, but impossible under the watchful eye of her father, stating that she could never keep such a thing from him. Still, critics noted the careful phrasing of her denials, pointing out that while she said she couldn't have hidden a child, she didn't flatly say she never had one. The speculation only intensified with the emergence of bizarre theories claiming Janet gave the baby away to be raised by her siblings. Some rumors suggested her niece Brandy, adopted by Jackie Jackson in 1982, was actually her biological child. Others claimed that Rye Jackson's daughter bore an uncanny resemblance to Janet and could be the missing daughter. Though Janet called these theories absurd, their persistence underscores how deep-rooted the public's fascination with this story has become. Perhaps the most compelling testimony came from Christina DeBarge, James's daughter, who stated unequivocally that she believes she has a secret sister. Her calm confidence in this belief suggested that she knew more than she let on, possibly having heard whispers or seen evidence within the family that confirmed her suspicions. She added that she would love to meet the sister someday, and even hinted that the powerful Jackson family likely played a role in orchestrating a cover-up. Christina explained that with Janet's fame on the rise, the family may have decided that a child could derail everything she had worked for, and therefore had to be concealed or given away. Supporting this theory further, Bunny DeBarge claimed to have seen Janet pregnant and said she was briefly pulled out of the spotlight before returning without a baby in sight. This statement aligns with a narrative that suggests a deliberate media manipulation to hide the pregnancy from the public eye. Despite the setbacks with Tiffany White's disproven claim, James DeBarge has refused to abandon the search for his daughter. He continues to hold on to the belief that the truth will eventually come to light, whether through a DNA match or a confession. Meanwhile, speculation has also surfaced that Janet may have experienced a miscarriage or stillbirth, events she understandably may not want to discuss publicly. While some accept this as a plausible explanation for the rumors, others are convinced the baby lived and was hidden. Finally, with more and more DeBarge family members coming forward, each echoing the same story with consistent details, the possibility that they all coincidentally fabricated the same tale seems increasingly unlikely. Whether it was a tragic loss, a hidden pregnancy, or simply a never-ending rumor blown out of proportion, this story continues to capture the public's imagination. The question remains, is the Jackson family hiding a secret, or has a myth grown so large that no amount of denial can ever quiet it? In the end, perhaps the most haunting aspect of this tale isn't just whether the child existed, but what it says about the pressures placed on young Black women in the entertainment industry, especially those like Janet Jackson, who were born into fame and expected to maintain perfection at all costs. The idea that a teenage girl could have been forced to choose between motherhood and stardom, if true, reveals a cold, calculated side of show business rarely discussed. And if it's not true, the fact that so many people are still eager to believe, it might be even more revealing about the public's endless hunger for scandal, even at the expense of someone's humanity. Even now, with the narrative still unresolved, the cultural obsession continues to grow, fueled by a combination of nostalgia, conspiracy, and unresolved emotion. As younger generations rediscover the story online, fueled by documentaries, social media speculation, and resurfaced footage, the mystery becomes more than a tabloid headline. It becomes part of celebrity folklore. Until the truth is confirmed once and for all, this story will likely remain one of pop culture's most gripping unsolved sagas, lingering like a shadow behind the spotlight of one of music's most iconic families. Perhaps someday the missing pieces will come together and give closure to everyone involved, but until then, the whispers will never fully fade, and the legend of Janet Jackson's secret child will continue to haunt the industry's most private corridors.